to the 10th Annual Black Sustainability Summit, hosted at the Quaco Ando Sustainability Institute. My name is Andrea again, and I am your moderator for this session with Dr. Immanuel Biney on the importance of gut health in 2025 for the Black community. Dr. Biney, who comes from a long line of healers, prefers to be called Rofe, which is a Hebrew term for physician and great healer. He is the founder and chair of Gut Care Group. Dr. Immanuel Biney is a naturopathic doctor and holistic health strategist with extensive expertise in gut health, regenerative nutrition, and natural medicine. He is the founder and chair of Gut Care Group, a multidisciplinary health organization dedicated to advancing preventative and restorative healthcare across Africa through natural and evidence-informed approaches. With a strong foundation in naturopathy, herbal medicine, iridology, bodywork, and energy healing, Dr. Biney integrates ancient healing wisdom with modern natural science to restore balance and vitality in the human body. His work is guided by a clear mission to transition communities from a paradigm of disease and degeneration to one of health and regeneration. Under his leadership, Gut Care Group has grown into a comprehensive ecosystem encompassing a holistic health clinic and spa, offering specialized cleansing and rejuvenation therapies, a plant-based and regenerative health restaurant promoting nutrition-based healing, a natural product manufacturing division producing plant-based health, beauty, and skincare formulations, a holistic health academy providing professional training in natural and therapeutic sciences, and community health projects focused on public education and preventative wellness across Ghana and Africa. Dr. Biney has successfully guided numerous clients in overcoming complex health challenges, including metabolic and reproductive disorders, through advanced detoxification and regenerative protocols. His leadership continues to inspire a new wave of natural health professionals and wellness advocates across the continent. His professional ethos centers on one principle: healing begins with return to nature's design for life. Give a warm welcome to Rofe Biney.
Thank you. All right, family. Thanks for that warm welcome. Applause. Again, thank you, my sister,
No worries.
for the beautiful readings. Actually, I want this session to be a discussion, like a classroom, okay? We're all going to participate because there has been a little issue, but that couldn't stop us from having this session go successful. And that issue was with all the preparations that I did to run a smooth presentation, that is projector presentation. I have my laptop wouldn't want to on today, and that's so strange. And my sister gave me a laptop, and that also with the timing, it's all gonna look some way. So I said, oh, I've been speaking to people regardless projectors and what have you, so we're going to flow. So it's going to be like a discussion, okay? I've been in this field, been practicing for the past 17 years, guiding our people back to wholeness. And what has made me special and have a lot of people follow or want to follow my protocols is because I am not only based in the books, okay? When you come out of the books, you see things differently, right? Because the books only contains what mostly mainstreams have approved. But I realized over 8 years ago that if I want to stop being the health practitioner that only could help people with medications, then I would have to get off the books. And I did. I took a bold challenge and got off the books, and you would be blown away for things that we do. And I would like to, kind of share with us some of the things that we do. Over here, can we all see this? Can we all see this? So our brother here was just going about with his day, and all of a sudden he was struck with nervous dysfunction, which we all call as what? Stroke. Couldn't move his left arm or left part of his body. He went to the hospital and they diagnosed him of stroke, but as to how they could help him, there was no solution, because he didn't have no high blood pressure, he didn't have no diabetes, it just happened to him. So, every stroke, we need a cause. What caused it? Was it high blood pressure that brought it up? Or was it diabetes, high glucose, levels in the blood? They didn't happen like that. So here's a brother home, sad, couldn't even move a tennis ball. This is the same brother that was struggling to move a tennis ball. The same brother. Let's see what he can move now. This is just about 2 months ago. See how he grabbed that? No, that one is light. We're going to give him something bigger. And you see that? This is the power of understanding who you are. Knowing and understanding who you are. I always tie this to identity crisis. Okay? I tie this to identity crisis. The hospital couldn't help this brother. But God care we were able to help him. Because he is melanated folk. And I look at him as that. I'm not applying any random philosophy on him. And I also am a gut health specialist. So I understand the in and out dynamics of bowel health. And I understand that there is nerves in the bowel, right? And this is a literature that is not yet public, to be revised into medical literature for every physician to know and understand and flow with it easily. That melanated folks could just walk around and be struck with nervous dysfunction. That's coming from no mainstream books said high blood pressure cause or diabetes cause, and they are still deserving of help. You follow what I'm saying? We still need to know how to help them. I have countless families from diaspora from here in Ghana calling, complaining of severe back pain. They've taken MRIs, they've had X-rays done. There's no identified issues for their GP to say, this is what we've discovered in the X-ray, so we're giving you this medication because we're treating you for this. No. They go, multiple tests is done, there is no discovered issue. So then what is your GP going to give you? Painkillers. Manage this pain for I don't know what is wrong with you for now. Because we haven't acknowledged that there are nerves in the bowel. Yes. Nerves. Oh, nerves. Yes. And these nerves, when we compromise it, it could, consequence of it, we could be walking around with severe back pain that can't be diagnosed for a treatment to be given to you. Could render you stroke like this young man here. And there will be no help that could be given to you. So this is one of the reasons we had to go around the communities on the TV, churches, gym centers, the schools, and reawaken, enlighten our people to importance of gut health, because issue could fall on your doorsteps, and your GP wouldn't know how best to help you than to give you management pills. Okay, so what I discovered was we didn't have much information about the gut. Okay, so that's why this session is going to be about discussion. I would like to know how much do you know about the gut, and I feel you in on where you fall short, where your knowledge is low. I fill it up for you, okay? And we join it all together, and now you could walk from this room and take charge better. You would be able to get yourself out of diabetes easily and other metabolic disorders easily. Like, I didn't mention these metabolic disorders because they don't happen to be serious cases to me. You could easily turn it around, because when people come to gut care with that, I have my glucose wouldn't come down. My fasting glucose is always double digits, but I'm always on my insulin. I'm taking my metformin. I still have double digits. It will never come to single digits. And I enlighten them, if it will come to single digits, your guts has to guts actually at its work. Sewage system turn into cesspool. Pancreas would always be under stress. What would even be under stress? We have the focus on the pancreas, but what would be under stress? The liver. The liver's job is to eliminate excess hormones out of our bodies. And most of us, we don't have the liver working at optimum. So excess hormones are always mixed up and flowing through our bodies. So pancreas is always either underworking or overworking. Most of us don't work with, goes through our normal days with our tissues working at optimum. They are either hypofunctioning or hyperfunctioning. And so that is because they are tied to the gut. Their works are tied to the gut, doing a job that is acting as a sewage system. Whatever that they deal with or happen to utilizing the body gut to move away. But most of us walk around with our sewage system acting as a cesspool. So things get backed up. And mainstream had successfully taken us away from understanding the importance of our gutters, our sewage system acting as sewage system. We have very little understanding of it. And that, I bring it down to, again, the identity crisis. Most of us are not aware that if you go through the day eating twice a meal, 3 times meal daily, you have to move twice daily, 3 times daily. We think, oh, it's okay. I move once a day, that's fine. And that, again, I bring this to constipation that was partially defined. It was partially defined that, oh, you're constipated if you go about 3 days and you only pass once every other 3 days. Then you're constipated. But then, little did we know that you could actually pass twice a day and still be constipated. Yes, you could pass twice a day and still be constipated. Guess what? You would poop 30%, 40% of what enters you and keep the 60%, 70%, 50%. So, how do you know when you're constipated? Did you know that we have gut cells in everywhere in the body? Gut cell. You could locate gut cell everywhere in the body. This is why it is so challenging to believe that the gut isn't part of those tissues that actually forms from the embryonic stages, like the first tissues, because everything nature had designed, whatever comes first is seen also in the last, or whatever comes last is seen in the first. Are you following what I'm saying? You see seeds at the end of a tree, fruit, and if it's currency, if it's pound, you see a pound in a million pound, no matter how billions the currency, you still feel a pound in it. And if it's biology and life, we could trace our ancestral DNAs all along. Whatever starts, it could meet it at the last. So today, we see gut cells everywhere. But we have never looked at it as part of the early tissues that forms. So we have conditions like psoriasis, eczema, name them. These issues come to our clinic a lot. People are tired of seeing dermatologists because the dermatologist is not connecting skin conditions to the gut. Because it's not in the books that gut cells can be located everywhere in the body. Every physician that I've heard talking about what I'm saying, they have to learn it their own way. And you know them by what they're able to do. Strokes, and they get people healed. Metabolic disorders, these are physicians that don't keep people on medications. Take people off medications. And that is not superstition. They know a sign that the mainstream physicians aren't giving. That actually makes them, it limits them in the practice. So what about the gut do you know? Where do we start? Moderator, are you helping us? Yes. Sister, I want to start first.
What do I know about the gut?
Yes.
There's good bacteria and bad bacteria that's really looking for
Awesome. There is good bacteria and bad bacteria that are very helpful. We heard what she said. I just only twist the language because what we call bad and good is coming from the mainstream mindset of someone is bad, someone is good, but we only know that we only have joyful people and miserable people, right? It's either you are in joy or you're in misery. So the bacteria that we call bad bacteria is actually responding to misery. Because H. pylori regulates appetite. Now, do you want the H. pylori out of your system because it has turned around chewing up the environment that your poop isn't coming out properly? Do you get it?
Yeah.
It's part of those intelligence that help us with appetite control. See, when your system, the digestive system, function like this, ingestion, it helps us to put in something and it processes it and it absorbs whatever good in it and it eliminates what is not needed. And we walk around with elimination crisis. So what happens? If it gets severe, there's going to be absorption assimilation crisis where your microvilli will be blocked and all your food just sits in your intestines, and just after eating a few minutes, you crave for food again. Your cell says, go for food, I'm hungry. You eat it and it doesn't get to them. Then you're going to have a digestive crisis. So that's what we know, indigestion. And we have those that wake up and they don't feel like eating. What is happening? Your system is trying to shut itself down and take care of an elimination crisis. This is where the bacteria steps in. H. pylori will stop because appetite will shut down unless you force it with drugs, as we do out there. Oh, loss of appetite. You need this so you'll be able to eat. But intelligence within says, let's shut ourselves down to take care of this important situation here. Just as any of us, we're ready to walk out of our homes and we're called that our house are burning, no matter the paycheck, we will return to our homes. Or we'll go to the work or we'll return to our homes. Yes, so we'll return to your home. That's what the H. pylori and the rest of the bacteria we have labeled bad. That's how they see it. So when you lose appetite, or when you say loss of appetite, H. pylori has stopped its main task, one of its main tasks as regulating appetite, and now is going in to join the family, the rest of the family, to chew up what you can't poop, because it is their home that is in a mess. And nature didn't give them the intelligence to know that this is the surface of the intestine, the mucosa, and this is your mucoid plaque or plaque. To them, they chew everything. And that's what brings about your ulcer or the sore in your digestive lining. They're just trying to help themselves out. So your pain, you go, oh, we've discovered H. pylori, reactive. Take these antibiotics. The idea is to shut down everything and let it all grow back again. Hopefully, the pain will go away and you will have some peace of mind. But guess what? You had no clue what brought about the pain and the ulcer. So you go back to doing exactly what created the misery. And as far as these bacteria are a part of us, you would need antibiotics again. That misery will come again. Do you see that? So what's the solution? Fix and elimination. Do you see it? Fix and elimination. And by the time you experience loss of appetite, you have had serious elimination crisis that has actually developed past, it has passed absorption and assimilation. It has passed proper digestion. Now it has hit you on loss of appetite. That loss of appetite that you want to manage or fix with medication, guess what you're doing? We're going to make things worse, because there is indigestion crisis, there is proper absorption assimilation crisis, and there is elimination crisis. So excellent inputs, my sister, with good and bad bacteria. Okay, but I want us to take the right word: joyful and miserable people. Okay, so put your gut box in joyful mood all the time. All right. What other thing do we know about gut besides the good and bad bacteria, or besides misery and joyful bacteria? And see, when you call it this, you know, you feel the responsibility. You hold yourself accountable. That I put them in misery. I can also put them in joyful state. You feel in that it actually move a nerve differently than calling it outside of you, making it feel like you have no responsibility in this. That's why antibiotics is manufactured. It's not you. Yes.
I have one. As you know, growing up, our grandmothers would say, like, do castor oil or any type of detox.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basically, they would make you drink some bitters or take a castor oil to flush out. Mm-hmm. One, to prevent any illness or germ that was going around, and also if you did show up sick, they say you're gonna have to clean out and you know, take the castor oil to flush the stomach.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I will say this. So our discussion will go in this direction. Whatever anyone drops, then we'll go into that direction and speak about that area, right? So to this, what I would like to say to our ancestral wisdom, if you look into all the African continent, you look into our literature, I mean, both they're recorded, they're unrecorded. What you see is our people had gut knowledge. Our people had bio knowledge. Our mothers didn't sit in no classrooms to know they need to do enema or take something to flush out. This is ancient wisdom. And today we are discovering all the impact of sluggish bowel on general health. Did you know that inflammations all start from the gut? Systemically, it can happen. It's gonna show up in your liver, hepatitis, or if you're a male, prostatitis. Name it. All inflammations are initiated in your bowels. Yes. So is all cancers, breast cancer, whichever cancer. Just have your gut sluggish for a long time. You cause your cells to live in their poop and pee because they don't have legs. And we are miniature of them. They can't go to the WC to poop, to pee. So that's why we have the lymphatic system. Guess what? The lymphatic system has its headquarters in your gutter, your colon. So just you not moving properly, having a slow transit time, it's a problem. It's actually putting cells in prison. And we take it lightly. It's not lightly. That's why your system will be giving you all the hints, slight headaches, migraines, all the signs to do something. So, to our people in proper elimination, did you know that we have today brought back, as we in this room, we know, colon hydrotherapy. Colon hydrotherapy. Our people started that as enema. They used to take it orally, and they realized that when you take it orally, you only poop very small amount of the waste, but you actually go enough water. If you've taken laxative before, you know what you go. You poop water. So again, these folks didn't sit in no classrooms, but they knew that we are mammals with two mouths. The scientific term for it is ditrosome. Ditrosome. And ditrosome are mammals with two mouths. Anus starting off, closing up in the mouth. And they, for some reason, inherent intelligent. This is the reason there has been a class I've had where I've connected to melanated folks that we are the syllabus. We are the syllabus. Like our people here, they didn't sit in no classroom. Who taught them how to put a boat on water that wouldn't sink? When it comes to stuff like this, it comes from within us naturally. We are the syllables. Every other race literally have to study what comes out of us. So when we turn around to limit ourselves with what's only in the books, it makes us dumb. So our people took it orally and they realized they were pooping water instead of the waste. So they pass it through the second mouth. And they realized that was helpful. But they found a way to get it through the other mouth with the same irritating herbs. You combine potatoes with proteins when you should actually be a meat eater that eats just the proteins. You have to go mano. If you're having a grilled steak, not grilled steak with potatoes. Yeah, you can have some leafy greens by it, some steamed vegetables by it. The moment you throw in some rice, let that be, how do I put it? Let that be a cheat. Treat that as a cheat day. Like you craved for it and so you did it. But not like you see that to be nutritional and you always have some eggs and bread. some potatoes, and some beef or lamb. No, that's wrong. That's wrong, especially for us. And so I'm not the one to teach us in this room melanin. We've all heard enough about melanin. But I'll give you an example for you to understand it in clearer terms if it's so crowded in your mind, in your brain, in your head. So I always say, take for instance 2 pipes. One pipe is coated with foam. We know what foam is. And this other pipe is coated with nothing, just the pipe. If you pour fluid into these 2 pipes, which one would it drain better? This one? The fluid will draw in here faster, better, right? And it will be slow here. So this is black folks. This is us. Our body doesn't allow things through it like the rest of the human race. And by this, even the literature is there where carbon or melanin content is being captured as to which race has it more. And people of African descent we were given the number 6. Okay? We were given the number 6 that we have high carbon or high melanin content in us. And that means our body, the whole of us, is an absorber machine. So if you abuse coke, you will pay for it dearly than the other race. If you abuse pesticide, you will pay for it dearly than the other race, because you are a whole absorbing machine. Nothing goes through you. If you don't, that's why our ancestors in their wisdom came about with this removing, purging. Guess what? If they're not fine, they don't just do enema, they sauna. They had this inherent wisdom that I am an absorbing machine, and so I should do whatever to give up. I have to help the body give up, because they understood the body had held on to it. So they do all things to let it out. All the herbs is to purge it out of you. Sauna, to sweat it out of you. All that our ancestors were about was about giving it up, giving up, giving up. And then we ditch that wisdom and we embrace, keep it in, manage. Keep it in and manage. Just take that pill and stop the cough. But what is your respiratory system trying to release, get out of you? No, we don't care. And this is what I mean by the identity crisis. Because if the watermelon was so aware that I am not banana, it would have moved differently with its relationship with banana. Right? If banana is jumping itself on 10-story building because it has a thicker skin and it wouldn't easily break, do you think watermelon will follow banana and also be jumping off even a 2-story building? No. Identity crisis. When black folks goes around thinking that we're all humans, and when you sound the critical things, most of us will be like, oh, you're being racist. Like, seriously? You don't know why you have hair and others have fur? You think it's being racist? Why you dance to beat and others can't struggles? You think that is by biochemical differences? Identity crisis. If we understood that we are a whole absorbing machine than any other race on the planet, we would have walked differently. Guess what? When it's about us, whatever is wrong with us, our answer is, what's on the plate do I need to change? And what is in me do I need to get out? Don't be confusing yourself with the names. Your body doesn't know no difference between migraine and headache. That's corporate language to sell you different drugs. What is migraine and what is headache? If you're feeling like that, come on. We knew better than that. Yes, ma'am.
So you mentioned
the colon hydrotherapy, sauna, the way we portion our food. For those of us in the West who, I said you mentioned colon hydrotherapy. You gave kind of like a prescription, do it this often, sauna, and then the ways we portion our food. For those of us in the West who will go. You know, they're like, oh, I don't know if I should detox today because I got to go back out into the world. What are some tips you share with your clients?
Excellent. As you put it, those with a go, I would say that keep it mono, right? Always understand that digestive system, its job is to what? Work, disintegrate stuff, and get whatever good in it into your system, into your cells. We lack this knowledge, so we mostly give it no work. We give it stuff it doesn't have to work. Like we love to swallow than to take time and chill because of the go. At the end of my answer, you will notice that everything is tied back to what I said, identity crisis. How can you find a way to make your go appear as slow? But this is what you could do. You could have you some real fruit as a snack. You could have you that mono diet, as I spoke about, a grilled lamb with steamed vegetables, but go is part of our crisis. Because we are a whole absorption machine, go doesn't help us. There's a whole gland in our mouth that needs to prep the food. Now, let me tell you this other thing. Did you know that this is my research, I haven't done it on Caucasians, I'm speaking to our people. It's not coincidence that our people eat with their hands. We have digestive juices that get prepped for your digestion to be easier if you smell the food, if you feel the food before you even chew. So talk about the go. Let's see how go can skip us of the metabolic crisis we have, because you can't go your way into health, because the food needs to be smelled to get digestive juices ready for digestion. The food needs to be felt to get digestive juices ready for digestion, and the food needs to be properly chewed. Are you taking the notes?
I'm taking notes.
So even if I say, well, eat this on the go, and you're still throwing it into you without chewing, and you have to grab it on a on a wrap and bite, there's still going to be digestive crisis. So let's put it all together. Take time to chew, and the reason why the food has to be a protein-based or a wholesome-based meal, go either plant-based or do proteins. I don't limit people, and I don't push people to be plant-based or this base. If you eat into gut health, you eat what your bowels, your gut bugs can work on. Okay? You eat what they can work on. Can the soil digest plastic?
No.
You get it? Anything the soil, the bowel and the soil, they are like twins. Whatever the soil can do, we see the gut doing. The soil doesn't like restricted that. The soil doesn't like one-way crop. You see, monocropping. The soil doesn't like that. Guess what? The gut bugs, they don't like restricted diets. They want you to eat variety. If you eat one way, problem. So if it's about go and it's always grabbing a sandwich, or you're grabbing a wrap, or you're still going to have problem.
I have a question.
I learned that if our gut is in misery or unhealthy, we're not getting messages from our ancestors. So having that healthy gut actually puts us online with our natural instincts is something I learned.
Excellent. So that brings us to gut being the largest endocrine organ. Hormones, directing, connecting you to source. That's why most people clean the gut and they actually give feedback such as, my foggy is gone. I have clarity. Our colon is the largest endocrine organ. We help sisters that have been to IVF twice, failed. Been to our clinic, we help them conceive. They never dreamed they could conceive naturally. At 45, IVF failed twice. Little were they aware that their largest organ, endocrine organ, has turned against them. Sisters that IVF failed them with the reason of their eggs not in a vital state, that going through regeneration. This is the discovery. And it's so fast in Black folks. Like that brother that has healed from stroke within 2 months, can lift stuff. It's very fast in us. When we let whatever it is out, we get back on our feet, everything starts, we thrive. So we are not those people that we should walk around with sluggishness. Your connection to your source, everything you just be in misery. That's where you realize that you are not you, but you are your liver, your gallbladder, you are your vital organs. Them in their right state is you in a vibrant health. You see that? And they're all tied to your gut, like their mother. Okay? And all you have to do is get this understanding that you need to manually get your bowel moving. Okay? Don't keep it in the wrap. This, I'm gonna say this. I have to fix perceptions for our people that walks around thinking that I have constipation. I suffer constipation. I suffer diabetes. I suffer high blood pressure. What we have failed to see is that if you put wheat flour that is turned into bread, chew that with ham or beef as a sandwich, and you expect that to come out of you, what do you think you are? Did you get it? You are not constipated as it's a disease on you and you need a pill, you need Cina. Forget that. It's not even the herbs that is safe for the pharmaceutical drugs that comes with side effect. Do you need to walk around with that belief that I suffer constipation and I always need either herbs to help me move my bowel or I need pharmaceutical drugs to move my bowel? It is just your bowel responding to what you brought in. So whilst you think you suffer constipation because you are not able to move your bowel, rather check, could it be my body responding to what I ate? So this is wherever I go, I tell people I rewire the thinking, the perception. Instead of seeking which herbs, which drugs, seek which food do I need to stop eating. Maybe you are carried away with the propaganda, it's healthy. Take a critical reassessment of everything on your plate. Like fruit is healthy, but if you're always juicing it, is it going to be healthy? Can you always sit and drink number of oranges you wouldn't be able to sit and eat? So for every disease, for every crisis, what really works, what really does the magic is what's on the plate. Because all disease are just a reflection of the state of our gut bugs. If you are infertile, you've put them in misery. They are not regulating your hormones correctly for you to be able to fertilize an egg, or your egg to be able to stand valid enough hours to reach the female eggs, the sperm to reach female eggs. Whatever, we've come up with names to sell products. You could take charge of your health and take a critical reassessment. You would learn that this, you are wonderfully made. This, you are wonderfully made. You just disconnected your neck, your head from your neck. Put it back on and sync properly, because everything is a message. But mainstream had capitalized on that and making billions. When you tell someone that they have H. pylori and they go about seeking for solution to clear H. pylori out of them, when it's in fact a part of eco intelligence that keeps them alive. See how long you and your generations will forever eat up that person? Because they will forever walk around seeking for H. pylori solution. And you just turn that person against himself or herself. How can you fight H. pylori and win when it's part of you? So it's a huge lie. It's just perception engineering. You turn the perceptions around and have you seeking for things you don't really need. Okay? So take charge. Protocol states, look within first. First, what's on the plate do I need to change? Okay? And what in me do I need to get out? These answers, when you get down on these answers, what you're going to discover is that no disease, you're going to acknowledge that no disease is incurable because we've aged. You learn that age was one of the terminologies used to cover up what we don't have answers for. Okay? Get these two questions answered properly. What's on the plate do I need to take out? And what has entered me, what is in me, whether it's irritating, whether it's toxic, that do I need to get out of me to be free? All right? And that's where you tap into your ancestral wisdom and you go through all the necessary therapies that you need to go through, coupled with proper nutrition and the herbs that are safe for specific functions, and you get yourself out of a situation. Okay? Yes.
Any more questions?
What about fasting?
Excellent. Fasting, getting back to this continent, part of our ancestral wisdom, our farmers here would wake up, get their stuff for farm, go to farm, and eat at lunch. And our people that goes on the ocean, they carry everything and start work. And when the sun, because we are people of the sun, okay? When the sun is at its peak at 12 and 1, they prep their food at the shores and eat. We've never been breakfast, lunch, dinner folks. That doesn't go back to us. So what you see out there now is all our Asian wisdom is coming back, as if some people, some folks are making discoveries. So that's what I'm saying. We are the syllables. Walk barefooted. Yeah. Is that new? We're calling it grounding today, and it's almost nearly going to find its way into medical literature now. Is that new?
Yeah.
When did we start walking barefoot?
Always.
That was tied to primitive, being primitive.
I grew up barefoot pretty much every day.
It was looked at as, oh, look, you're so, yeah. I mean, folks, COVID showed us that being too hygienic, living in glass house was a scam, wasn't it? Because folks so rich that they have slipper they put their feet on when they step out, different slipper when they get to the corridor, and all till their bedroom still was hit by COVID. Multiple cleaning of the hands. So all the COVID protocols, they followed it. It hit them twice.
Yep.
It hit them thrice.
All the masks.
All the masks and everything. That's all of these brought up that this whole theory of germs causes disease has been a huge scam. If today we have poop pill and poop transplants, then germ causing disease is a huge scam.
Yep.
Because what is germs and poop? Gut bugs, gut microbiome. The knowledge of gut microbiome had solved the puzzle. All that medical literature tried to exclude, and those they couldn't exclude, they made it look like they turned it against ourselves to walk around seeking typhoid medication, H. pylori medication. It doesn't make sense. Even coughing, they say no, keep whatever want to come out, keep it in.
Right. Suppress it.
So, there's a saying, you are what you eat.
Yes.
Is like the intake of water, is that always supposed to be like at a room temperature?
Room temperature is best.
It's best.
Room temperature is best because today all the knowledge, the reasons to do whatever has been tied to our gut bugs. Most of them. Why you shouldn't eat confusing diets, why you shouldn't even be chewing gum. We are now coming up with real advice. Not, so our people had this water, right? When you go for it, it's not hot, it's always cool. Guess what? They fetch it into a ceramic pot. And it's always cool. You don't even need fridge. Like, nice and cool down when you drink it. But today, prefer it frozen, a temperature that kind of hits our teeth. That's not natural. We are abusing the refrigerator. We're supposed to keep something longer because it's a part of preserving something for a longer use. But then, the idea is to allow it to thaw out. But, the excitement that comes with drinking it so chilled, long run, it hurts, it numbs, tissue that's supposed to be in their, warm state to carry out their regular functions, it numbs stuff. How you feel when you dip yourself in ice. Today, ice therapy. It actually changes your circulation. It changes your autonomic nervous system, parasympathetic stress. It changes your fight and flight responses, temperature.
So that's not recommended, ice bath?
It's recommended. I'm showing you how that temperature is like a stimulant, right? But in the digestive system, it doesn't help. Dipping your body in ice is fantastic. We use that to alternate the autonomic nervous system. But always drinking and chewing ice, that's not advisable. Wow. It's like the practice of seeing alcohol to be okay.
Wow. Because it seems like, of course I'm a male, but I hear a lot of females, they say when they're pregnant, they chew ice. I don't know if that's just a American thing.
What you said when they are pregnant,
yeah,
it's a temporary state that they're in, and they're out of it. They're doing it to give them a response. The pregnant women and deficiencies, they even love play. Some love whatever to quench the immediate feeling. But is that a long-term advisable habit?
That's a perfect transition, because I had a question about maternity. It said that when you do it, it's like a mineral deficiency because we're putting in so much to the baby that it's like a PCOS, they call it. Question, you said you had a client who was 8 months pregnant. Most in the West, most midwives say, oh, you can't detox, you don't need to do any colon hydrotherapy or even like steaming or sauna for long periods of time when you're pregnant. If you don't mind sharing, why did you suggest that to your client, or what did she need to have happen through that therapy session?
As she said, not a long period of time, right? When you're pregnant, it's not just you. Your hormones are in a different dynamics. Your whole body is under normal circumstance, under stress. Your heart or cardiovascular system had adjusted for what's going in you. Every other system had adjusted. You're not fully yourself. So you could easily suffocate. You could easily get some unwanted toxins circulating within you to affect your baby. And your baby could come out with deformities that you wouldn't want. You wouldn't be happy to see your baby in. So you keep yourself in that safer state till you're out and you could get back to yourself, right? Your question, I will take you back to mothers that have actually delivered and they are in the post state, right? And a couple of them or most of them that they come through the clinic, they have their babies always crying. Sinus congestion. They don't understand. They're giving the baby breast milk. They've given the baby all safer syrups and what have you. It's still coming. We discovered that everything was in the breast milk. The breast milk contains exactly what the baby was suffering from. You see why I am at where I am today, that seek what's on the plate first and what you need to get out of you. Those two questions. These mothers detox and their babies stop crying and their babies stop suffering sinus congestion.
So if I hear you correctly, you're saying you would suggest, well, they would have to see you, and it's safe for a mother to detox if she does see some issues going on.
Yes, very safe. I mean, that's why I'm saying that there are restrictions tied to all forms of practices, right? Things you cannot do legally. It doesn't mean it's unsafe to do it. It just means you're probably going to take some folks out of drug customer list. So we don't want that. It's not in our best interest. But literally, if you know what you're doing and you're guiding folks in need through Asian wisdom and protocols, you know what you're doing, you help them a long way because these are non-invasive practices. It's like I tell people, would you raise your mouth if you feel there is an underlying crisis of liver stress? People are walking around with their livers underperforming. And instead of them to address it, to fix that long-term fatigue, whatever they get into them that excite them and have them feeling the urge to do stuff, you get them addicted. But why do you need a coffee to carry out a daily human function? Every tissue, when it's under stress, it gives us message. We need to learn the message so we know why. So we could curb the cravings for certain things that we really doesn't need. But low energy means so many things than just the solution or answer being coffee. All right. Yes, ma'am.
So I'm a farmer,
Yes.
and in the afternoon or early morning when I come in, I really crave ice cold water. And I've heard that ice cold water is not good for the system. And I've tried using room temperature, but I don't get that same relief. I'll do it, but I don't get that same relief of, yeah, I can go back out in the field again. So, is it very dangerous to drink ice
Um,
water?
we can fix this habit, Mom, with underlying inflammations. Okay, yes. If you're experiencing an inflammation that you're not aware of, guess what you feel? You feel heat. You feel whenever you make moves and you do stuff, you feel like you should either dip the whole body in cold water or you should drink it. These are underlying inflammatory responses, and it could get triggered by something snacky you bite with margarine in it, or with a cooked oil in it, or with a wheat flour in it. It will just trigger this systemic inflammation, and you feel warm within you, and you feel like, getting some cool water down or drink. Or some people, they want it with carbonated, fizzy. If the water is calm, they don't like it. It has to be, yes. It's all have these underlying inflammations that goes unnoticed. Chronic dehydration that goes unnoticed. Some people walk around with their mucus lining from their throat all the way to their anus dehydrated. And they always want to throw something cool in there because, the feeling.
Where are you based?
We're based in Accra, Adenta East. Gutcaregh.com, our website. Read more about that. Gutcaregh.com. Gutcaregh.com. Prepare some flyers.
So thank you so much for your powerful session. I don't know about y'all, but I learned a lot. Yes. So on behalf of Black Sustainability Inc., we want to extend our gratitude to you for all you have been able to accomplish on behalf of our people and the planet. So give thanks for the information. And Madasi Pat.
You're welcome.
That's great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Is that your product line too? Or?
Yes, and
yes.
we have products. If you search our website, we have a variety of products. This is charcoal. We use charcoal during a detox phase or as a first aid to drink a shot when you feel that you're feeling funny. Something might have entered you. It pulls the toxins. And when you're detoxing, you don't need to detox without charcoal. You need charcoal to hold the toxins together from going into your bloodstream. So every detox, you need to be drinking charcoal water as part of the regime or morning ritual. You don't detox without drinking charcoal water. Else, this detox will go a negative way for you. You're detoxing and you're sick. Yes, we do have detox response. But when you drink charcoal as part of the regime, you're able to hold the toxins from, because they've been re-softened, rehydrated, and it's easy for them to go back through that same channel that is loose, because most of us walk around with leaky guts. So you need charcoal to hold the toxins together. This is Helpers tea, and all of these are my formulations. Helpers tea is coming from major ingredients is tropical almond leaves, right? And this, if you suffer high blood pressure, if you have double-digit diabetes, glucose reading, if you have sickle cell anemia, you don't want to, or a kid have sickle cell anemia, you don't want that reoccurrence of the symptoms. Free bowel with no side effects. Then we have GC7 healers, like multivitamin, something you take to add you what you're missing. Okay? And guess what? We add this to a detox. If someone just come to me, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, I want something to feel, say no. We don't put new wines into old bottles, right? You can't just opt for a product to fix a long term. You get it? So do XYZ and then take this and see the results. So yes, we have products. You see my brother here to take you through what we have here and get some for you and all visit us at Gut Care in Accra if you're coming to Accra and check out what we have. We have vegan restaurant, plant-based restaurant, regenerative health restaurant. We cater, we dine in, we do group catering services.
What is the restaurant called?
GC Kitchen.
GC Kitchen. Okay.
GC Kitchen on the
Are you with us
IG.
all weekend or the rest of today?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
here rest of today.
So it's lunchtime. The other group already finished their sessions 15 minutes ago. If you want to take time to talk to Dr. Biney, fine. You'll just get into your lunchtime. We're trying to catch up on sessions. We need to start the next sessions no later than 2:15 because we are leaving time. So this is part of your lunchtime, do as you will, but I think we already started.